Good morning.
Hello. Morning, guys.
Howdy.
How y'all
Morning.
doing?
Beautiful day here in Maryland.
Oh,
Sunshine.
yes. Bring on spring. I already had our ski trip is over, so now I can wish for warmer weather.
There you go. Did you guys get snow?
So we did Deep Creek. So they had no real snow, but they had plenty of base from this winter. So it worked. It worked as good as we needed it. So,
Nice. Yes.
hmm
I would be very happy if we don't see any more snow around here.
yeah, I'm done. I'm finished in Baltimore. I'm
There
finished.
has there has been days, St. Patty's Day, that it has been snowing. So a couple
Yep.
more weeks, and then maybe we're in the
Yeah.
clear. Anyways, what do you
Unless the snow is green, I don't want it
guys? There
on
you
St.
go.
Patty's Day. Right.
I don't think you want green snow either.
Well, yeah, we have bigger problems.
Definitely not yellow snow. Anyways, um, I know, Skylar had an interesting topic he wanted to talk about this morning with everyone.
Yeah, we have some really good tax credits, tax incentives coming out of the Secure Act and the Secure Act 2.0. And I wanted to highlight a few. Now has never been a better time to set up a retirement plan like a 401k for your business, in particular small businesses. So if you have fewer than 50 employees, you get up $250 per person in startup tax credits up to 5,000, and that's for anybody that is not a highly compensated employee or an owner or relative of an owner. But that's $5,000, $250 per person, capped at 5,000 for the first 3 years of setting up the plan. So up to $15,000 of tax credits potentially, depending on your business, is a good one. Kind of a small one, but if you set up a plan with automatic enrollment, then you get a $500 credit for the first 3 years. You don't have to have an existing plan to qualify for this one. The startup credits for a company that hasn't had a qualified plan in the last 3 years. But any plan that would add an automatic enrollment feature to their plan, where their employees are automatically enrolled upon the eligibility date, would qualify for a $500 tax credit for up to 3 years. So it's another $1,500. So 16,500 if we're keeping the running tab. And this
And
last
that
one
and
we
that
did.
was, Skylar, just to confirm, qualified retirement plan, meaning 401k or simple, correct? Or is it just 401k? Do you know?
I'm not sure if a simple is really considered a qualified retirement plan, or if it's tax advantaged on the IRA setup. But let's
Got it.
just assume 401k because there's no automatic enrollment
For simple.
availability for a simple, for one, and two, the startup tax credit does qualify, does work for simple IRA. That's true. The thing is, it's hard to get some startup credits with the simple IRA. They
Right.
typically just don't have that many costs that are incurred by the employer setting up the tax credit. So I don't really expect it to be advantageous in the simple IRA area.
Got it.
Skylar, quick question real quick before you move on. As far as like contribution limits and so forth, do they have to put in a certain amount of money in order to get these credits, or is it just establishing the plan? Like, how does that work? Is there any regulation with like how much needs to go in or how much they need to defer? Or
Yeah, so if you set up, if the one is for the setup of the plan for the startup tax credits, the automatic enrollment is if you have automatic enrollment on your plan, nothing contribution related there. But I'm glad that you asked about contributions because this is the big one. And this works out different if you have it's for anybody with less than 100 employees, and if you have 50 though, you can get 100% of these tax credits. And it is for any employee that's making less than $100,000 a year, and you're making an employer contribution to the plan, there is a $1,000 tax credit that is available to you for reimbursement for the contributions you're making as an employer. So if you set up a 401k, you're going to have administrative costs in terms of, set up, working with the different providers. But one of the bigger costs that you would have in a 401k plan is an added contribution expense for if you're going to make employer contributions on behalf of your employees. So if it's a safe harbor plan, you could think it's either 3% non-elective or basically 4% matching. That's an extra salary cost for the employees that are participating in the plan. So you can get up to $1,000 per employee from as a tax credit for the contributions that you're making on their behalf.
Hmm.
So if you had someone who is making $50,000 and they're contributing 4% or $2,000, then the company is going to make a matching contribution of that 4%, a $2,000 contribution. 50% of that would be subsidized. So, and these would add up because it's per person up to 50 employees, you get 100% tax credit for that. So if you got 50 employees times
$1,000.
$1,000, that's $50,000 of tax credits. Now, that's just in the first year. You get 100% of this in the first year, you get 100% of it in the second year. Then in the third year, it goes to 75%, and then 50%, and then 25%. But this basically lasts for 5 years of tax credits where the government is reimbursing you up to $1,000 for all of the contributions that you're making on behalf of the employees. So uh, got to hand it to them. Secure Act 2.0 really did incentivize setting up these plans. You're getting credit for starting up your plan. You're getting credit if you're putting automatic enrollment on there, and they're really helping you out with this employer contribution tax credit.
So what about it? Wasn't there also previously a incentive to have automatic increase of the employees deferral as well, where you set up what automatically increases? Is there tax credits for that too, or is it just automatic enrollment?
Yeah, I believe it's just the automatic enrollment. But I think any plan that's coming out that's new is supposed to have those tax credits anyway. But if you add that to your plan, so you don't even need to set up your plan to get this. If you add automatic enrollment to your plan, then you would qualify for the
Right.
tax credits. That's not just for somebody that's new. And then for anybody that's doing a safe harbor plan, you like I was saying, is you have to make either the 3% contribution, non-elective contribution, or the 4%. It's a 3% up to 100% match up to 3%, and then a 50% match between 4 and 5, so that if the employee contributes 5%, the employer is on the hook for a 4% contribution.
Right.
But there is something that's called a QACA or a QACA plan that if you actually have the automatic enrollment on there, instead of being considered a safe harbor plan, you could do a QACA contribution, which I think would let you move that down to like a 2% amount.
Mm-hmm.
But even what's more than that is that safe harbor contributions are always 100% vested. If you want to
Right.
add automatic enrollment, the QACA contributions from the employer standpoint are not 100% employer vested. So if you're having some employee turnover, adding the automatic enrollment and qualifying for the QACA could help you retain some of the employer contributions that have been made for people that are no longer with you,
Right.
with
Right.
the company, not otherwise.
So those are some nice incentives. The intangible or indirect would be employee retention. To offset what you just said is providing the employees a reason to stick around, better benefit package when adding this retirement plan. So that is a piece of it. And also for the owners, putting away tax deferred money, tax deductible money is also going to be a benefit to the highly compensated or the owners if they haven't done so already.
Yeah. So, to just stay competitive in like the work in the marketplace as an employer, the 401k plan is something that is expected in a lot of cases.
Right.
Before it was a pension and everybody had a pension, and then we saw failures in those. which, led to the rise of the 401k plans really. And that is the main retirement account for many employers. It has the most brand recognition, I would say, in terms of code, legal code. 401k
Right.
has got it. So yeah, staying competitive in the marketplace, retaining employee retention, it's there. And if you're gonna be setting up a plan, it is now on sale due to these
Yeah.
tax credits.
Yeah, this is really, really good information. I know being a business owner can be very expensive, so it's nice to know that there's vehicles out there, help with the tax burden and all of that. But also, this is very complex, so we definitely recommend reaching out to your financial advisor for more information. Obviously, Skylar and Greg are super knowledgeable, so definitely reach out if you have any further questions. But this was very enlightening. Thank you, guys.
Thank
All right.
you.
Yep.
Good one.
All right. Have a good one.
Yeah.